Well, it's a sad day. We had to sacrifice some bees. But you know what? We sacrificed them for the greater good so that we could understand if there's a mite load that we need to be concerned with. I've found no mites. That doesn't mean that I don't have them, and it also doesn't mean that I won't get them later on.
Hi everyone, thanks for joining me on this journey. It's been pretty rainy most of the day today, but the clouds seem to have cleared up a little bit. But boy, these bees do not like this weather. Just as I've been setting up the camera, I've been headbutted a couple of times by bees. They're definitely getting out and about now that the rain has stopped and ceased for a little while. It's still pretty overcast. Today's the day I've set aside, and I'm not real happy about it, but I'm going to perform the Varroa mite test on both hives. And unfortunately, that involves sacrificing about 300 bees out of each hive. And I've never done this before. So this is going to be new experience for me. I'm a little nervous about it. Because I don't want to kill them unnecessarily, but I do have to sacrifice them so that I understand the mite loads that are affecting each hive so that I can treat. I've actually ordered some Formic Pro to treat in case I need to, depending on what the results are today. If the results are low, then I will hold off on treating until I absolutely need to. But as I've come to understand, I'm pretty sure that mites are going to be in these hives regardless. We just want to try and keep it under 2% of bees having mites. So we're going to do this. I'm going to make sure I find the queen in each hive. And then I'm going to, while I'm in there real quick, we'll kind of check the comb that's being drawn out on the drone comb and some of the new frames that I've put in there. I'm also going to make sure I leave a pollen patty in each hive as well to make sure they've got some food, because we've got rain scheduled for the next week or two here, which is great for the growing of the plants and flowers for them. But they can't go out and eat when it's rainy. So we're gonna do this, and I'm gonna say a little thank you to the bees that I do have to sacrifice so that they help us understand what the mite loads are, because I want to make sure that both of these colonies are extremely strong going into the summer and fall, so that they can survive the winter and come out on the other side really strong. My hope is that next spring, both of these hives will be so strong that they'll be wanting to swarm, and I'm going to be able to split them off and actually have 4 hives going into next year. That would be my goal. Ultimately, I don't know that either of these hives are going to be strong enough to split this year, but we'll see. I'm going to experiment as I feel comfortable doing, without unnecessarily risking the bees. But anyway, thanks for coming along on this journey, and we'll get going.
All right, some of the tools that I've got here. Got a queen clip so that when I find the queen, I can make sure she's out of the way. I've got a little plastic pot with a mesh screen in it, and I've got some 70% isopropyl rubbing alcohol, which I will put in here before I actually do anything to make sure that I'm not trying to mess around doing that once the bees are
flying around me. I also have a bottle of water to use for a second and third rinse. I've got some pollen patties ready to go in. Got my logbook, so once I count, I can jot it down and make sure that I'm not having to try and remember it. And I've got a clear plastic bin, which I'm going to use to dump, hopefully, nurse bees in. The desire is to get as many nurse bees as possible, because that's where the Varroa will tend to be. And they said to get a half cup measuring, but I actually figured out this cap is about 1 cup. So if I get this half full of bees and dump in there, I think we'll be good. So for now, we'll get the alcohol in here. And of course, it has a seal on it. Okay. I'm gonna just put that lid loosely on there for now. I'm gonna have this queen clipped right under my microphone here. So hopefully that's handy for when I find the queen. Because I certainly don't want to get the queen mixed up in this, because she would definitely die in that. And I don't want to kill my queen. That would set the hive back a lot. So we're going to give them some smoke. Break the propolis free here. Now last week we put some honey supers on, so I'm interested to see if they've been cleaning up these frames or potentially even putting honey in them. I'm going to set that board right there so that those bees can just walk right back up into there. My queen excluder, of course. Okay, we're just going to set that honey super off to the side. We're going to do some quick checks for the queen. Doesn't seem to be too many bees up here. I may have put these second boxes on a little early. Oh, actually. So now getting into the center frames. Oh, they're building out this comb nicely. So this is that black foundation. And if you can see, they're building that comb out quite nicely. A little bit on that side. That's okay, we'll be patient with them. Okay, main thing, I'm looking for the queen. It's a nice brood pattern here. Queen has a white dot on her. So she's not on that frame. Don't see her on that frame. Nice brood pattern there. I do not, oops. There's a queen cup there, but not charged. Does not have an egg or anything in it that I can see. Sticky icky. Nope, do not see the queen there. Till I get eyes on the queen and know where she's at, I'm not gonna pull any bees off. Oh, this drone comb is being built out nicely. Do not see any eggs in there yet. Today is the 3rd of January. I'm sorry, 3rd of June. That was a crazy slip. But yeah, that's nice because that comb is being built out on both sides really well. But I see no evidence of anything in there yet. This has quite a bit of nectar in it. It's quite a heavy frame. And I doubt if the queen will be this far out, and I do not see her. So I don't see the queen in this box at all. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is get all these comb back, and I'm gonna take this box off and see if we can find her in the bottom box. Spread these out a little bit, and we'll get some smoke ready. Okay, now let's do the same thing here. Ooh, that one's full of honey. No queen there. Now this drone comb, just barely getting any comb drawn out on it. And it looks like this black foundation doesn't have much on it either. Oh, quite a bit there. So, whoops. Oh, just squished one. Luckily I have gloves on. Sorry, baby bee. Yep, that one tried to sting me through the glove. Okay, still looking for our queen. Come on, Queen of London. Oh, there she is. Okay. I see the queen. I will show you to her. She's a beauty, isn't she? So what I'm going to do is try and get her in the queen clip so that I know that she's safe. And then we're going to try and shake off some nurse bees so that we can do this wash. This is where I get a little nervous. I have not done this before. Okay, I've got the queen in there. So I'm happy that she's in there. So now what I'm going to do is shake off bees into the bucket. The reason I do this, because basically I want nurse bees for my sampling. That might just be enough for me. Pretty sure that will be enough. Okay, so I'm going to release the queen back in there now. That's got her scent. She is gone from there. So she's back in this hive. I'm giving the bees that I just shook off a chance to fly back out. Because the ones that are flying are the foragers and are less likely to actually have the mites on them. And we want an accurate count. Okay. I think that was the direction we went. Okay, well, I've got nurse bees here. Okay, this is the part that I'm really not looking forward to. Okay, so what I've done, I've got a little bucket of bees. Got about that half full. Okay, I'm going to dump the rest of these bees on that board so they can walk right back into their home. supposedly, after doing this, this should knock all those mites off of those bees, and then they fall to the bottom where we can count them. I have no idea how accurate this is. This is my first time doing it, and I'm hoping I got most of those bees in there, that half a cup. Oh, sorry, baby bees. Thank you for your sacrifice, though. It's a good data point so that we know if there's issues. I love the way these bees are out here ready to march in. Maybe give them a little encouragement to head that way. So I don't recall, I'm kind of surprised I'm not seeing any evidence yet of any mites falling down through here. Which may just be a great sign. Or maybe my glasses aren't sitting on my face all that well. But once I've done this for a little bit, I will dump these bees out, and then I may count the bees later on just to see how many I actually got. And then I'm going to also wash them with water a couple of times so that we can see if I missed any, just to kind of give them that other rinse. So it probably wasn't the smartest thing to use the inner cover board for this. Let me go ahead and use this other scrap piece. There we go. Now I can place this back, and I can place the cover on the hive so they can be nice, and that brood won't get chilled, and if it gets rainy they won't have issues there. Yep, and they can just march right back on in. You go on in, girls. You guys are safe, and your queen's back in there safe. I put her in. Still got a few bees left just in here, if you can see, so we'll I don't see any Varroa on that. I'm going to let that settle a little bit more. Alright, let's look and see. Well, unless my eyes are just completely shot, I don't see any Varroa. Now, I wonder if I've got too much alcohol in there and they're still just floating around on the other spot. I'm gonna try that so the alcohol is not actually up in the basket. It kind of concerns me that I'm not seeing any Varroa. I really expected to see one, but I'm not complaining. I just feel like, based on all that I've heard, that I should be seeing at least some. Oh, there's something in there, but that's not Varroa, I'm sure. Okay. Okay. No, I see no Varroa in there whatsoever. But I'm going to reuse that alcohol. But before I dump these bees out to count them, I want to wash them with water. David Burns, I believe, had recommended that you do a couple of rinses with water after the alcohol, just to kind of see if there's any other mites that didn't actually come off. I think I could be really happy with this result, if in fact I did it right. Not sure how long I should be agitating for, but well, this is a rinse with water. Does not appear that there's any other mites coming out of there. Let's try a second rinse with water. Nope, I'm seeing 0 mites. Okay, so what I'm going to do now then, I'm going to take these bees and dump them out so that I can count them, so that I'll know exactly. Although with a 0 count, I'm not sure how necessary that is, but so water out, alcohol back in. Okay. Now we're going to do the same thing with Berlin. I definitely should put my gloves back on. Otherwise, I'm asking for trouble. My glove got stung during that last one. Luckily, these are nice thick gloves from Rocky Mountain Bee Supply. Okay, so I have that ready, I have this ready. We'll get everything set up on this side. Now you can see me take care of Berlin. So ready to do our mite count. Whew. So, first order of business is to find the queen. Then we will do our little mite test and count. Oh, there's a bee swimming. Hopefully he can find his way to the edge. Come on, little girl. She. Don't really want to get my glove wet. There you go. You're almost at the edge. There you go. Now you can dry off and get out of there. Well, I killed 300, but I saved one. And hive tool. And what to do with my smoker? Oh yeah, there we go. Okay. You belong in that hive. My inner cover. Oh, they've been eating on that pollen patty, so that's good. Happy about that. Not a lot of bees up in this honey super, which tells me that there's probably no honey flow, or nectar flow, as the case actually is. All right, let's start looking for Queenie. Honey, not even drawn out comb. Hardly any bees on that first frame. That one's starting to get drawn out, and it's got some bee bread in there. So here's one of the brand new frames with brand new foundation. That's getting built out. Looking for the queen. Do not see her. There is a chance I could miss her. So we'll start keeping these in there. Boy, they are building that out something fierce. There's a lot of brood there. No sign of Her Majesty. Seeing some larvae in there. That actually, I think I've got bees either just being covered up or just escaping or being born. Nope. Got one of them, you can probably hear it. Decided that I don't need to be in here. Let's give them some smoke. Calm them down a little bit. I should not get distracted looking at things other than looking for the queen. Oh, there's my queen. We got her. There's the Queen of Berlin. Looking good. So now I want to put the queen clip around her. I think that just pinched her abdomen slightly. Hope that didn't hurt her. She seems like she's doing okay there. So the fact that this is a frame with all brood on it, those should be nurse bees. So I'm happy to shake those off. My queen is nice and safe. I think that last one had a lot of brood on it. A little bit. Okay. So what I'm going to do is push these back where they were. Then I'm going to release the queen. Yep, there she goes. Walking off back in there. Then I will put these frames back. So I didn't even need to open up that bottom one. Ooh, although I forgot to put a pollen patty in there. So what I'm going to do, before I close this one up or put that honey super back on, I'm going to throw a pollen patty in there. I'll open up London after this and put one back in there too. Give those bees a chance to fly off if they're not nurse bees. Put this right above there. Whoops, one of the honey super frames fell out. So, but that's okay. We're about to set these back. Woo, I just got headbutted really hard. Someone did not like me being here. Alright, so we got a pollen patty in Berlin. We've got a bunch of nurse bees for Berlin. I'm going to move this board over to Berlin so that whatever bees I don't need for the alcohol wash will go back. All right. So I'm sorry, little bees, you unlucky ones. That's about a half a cup. Make it quick. Okay, Berlin, you're getting washed. Woo, buddy, you guys are active. Man, they are all over me. What's really cool is watching them all march back into the hive. Hopefully you can see that. Try and get a little closer while I'm agitating these others. Thank you, bees, for your service. I'm seeing some debris in there. I'm not sure that's a mite yet, but I'm sorry, little guys. Yeah, I left you in a bad spot there, didn't I? Oh, I think I see, maybe, I see two little specks. I'm not sure that they're mites or not until I get a better look. Could be a mite. We'll find out once I get my hood off. It's a little hard to see through the screen, but I'll be darned if I'm taking it off while these bees are that active. Alrighty. You know what? I feel pretty comfortable in taking my veil off so that I can get a good look at this. Pretty confident I did not see anything on the London one, but of course I didn't do it with my veil off, so I'm going to take my gloves off first. I'm not even sure that speck is not just dirt or a bee part. I don't think that's... I don't think that was a mite. But we're going to look a little bit better here. Oh, you know what? No, that looks like a gnat. I think I got a little, fly, little gnat looking thing. Yeah, it's got wings. Varroa mite doesn't have wings. So I'm not seeing any Varroa from Berlin. That's kind of amazing. So let's do water, just to kind of see. Okay, I'm filling that thing up too, so that when we agitate it, it's all getting mixed up in there. I am truly shocked that I am not seeing any mites in this. So I'm going to go back and do some more research and make sure that I haven't done this completely wrong, like maybe having to do it for 30 minutes instead of 5 minutes, or I really don't know. I kind of assumed that agitating it for a couple of minutes would dislodge most of your mites, and then additional water washes should kind of also clear anything out. Oh, I'm seeing some other debris in there, but it doesn't look like mites to me. No, because some of them are floating. Well, amazingly enough, I found exactly 0 mites. I'm not sure how that happened. It was my understanding that if you have bees, you have mites. It's just a matter of trying to keep them low. I don't seem to have any mites with these hives, so maybe this is a good sign. No mites, low virus load. I think things are looking up. Thanks for coming along on this journey, everyone. I'm going to try and do a video at least every week. I may miss some depending on other things going on in the world. But thanks for coming along and joining me on this journey. It's very exciting as I learn how to keep bees. This is the beginning beekeeping in Colorado with Adrian Has Bees. Thanks for joining me.
It's a sad day. We had to sacrifice some bees. But you know what? We sacrificed them for the greater good, so that we could understand if there's a mite load that we need to be concerned with. Turns out, I've found no mites. That doesn't mean that I don't have them, and it also doesn't mean that I won't get them later on. But for now, my bees should be very well free of the viruses that the mites transfer. And hopefully this is a great sign for this summer, fall, and winter. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. And for all my family watching in Oklahoma, I hope you're looking forward to some honey, because I'm sure hoping I get to harvest some this year. So take care, everyone. Thanks for watching.